Over the course of history, one gimmick has always been up the sleeve of toy designers. A gimmick so elegant it wouldn't alter the playability, but would prove to be ideal for an Easter egg. A way to make a toy cooler, and along the way, be an easy variant to cut down on tooling costs. A gimmick hidden in plain sight, but only visible when it's night. In this That's Retro Geek Out, we're taking a look at some of the best glow-in-the-dark toys. So be sure to energize that phosphor, and let's strap in for some toy history. Whether a figure is completely covered in it, they use it for detail, or just as the accessory, glow-in-the-dark immediately elevates that toy to the next level. But it's also often a red flag for toy lines that are on the decline. Like they'll throw it in the mix when they don't have any creativity left to move the line forward. But how did it get into the plastic mix, and how does it even work? Man created fire, candles, and a light bulb. I pretty much thought we had light covered. But in 1908, they invented radioluminescent paint, which held radium-226. So yeah, we had that, but we couldn't really pop it into any toys, could we?
Easy. Careful.
During the 60s, they kept working on it with chemists to create a mix that would emit light without giving off any heat. So chemiluminescence is the thing that Edwin Chandros came up with whilst under contract for the government. In the end, what it comes down to is phosphors. All glow-in-the-dark products contain them. They can be energized by light and afterwards radiate that light. Most of it has that green shine mainly because it's actually the brightest glow, or that's at least the one the human eye is most sensitive to. Green is also very common because it's affordable and a non-toxic phosphor. Non-toxic? Non-radium? Let's pop it into some toys. First it was used as decorations and later introduced into already existing toys by companies. Now you can finally see your frisbee at night or squeeze some silly putty when you have a fear of the dark. Kenner came out with a whole bunch of fun toys like Glow Globs, the new modeling gunk that glows in the dark in 3 bright colors. You can reshape these into your own form of glowies. Usually these came on the package shaped as skeletons, ghosts, and other horror-themed characters. Then you had Kenner's Lightning Bug Glow Juice. You could apply glow in the dark yourself.
Lightning Bug Glow Juice.
This was basically a paint, so just brush it on, exposed to light, and it will make toys, pictures, even you, glimmer and shine in the dark. Here we go, toys! That's a good idea, let's pop it on some toys. Mattel Sting Maker had a skeleton accessory kit with new genuine night glow plastic goo. Now you can make your own dangly wiggly skeletons. Coming up in the 60s, it was also coinciding with the Monster Kid generation, and who better than monsters to have a glow-in-the-dark action. The Aurora glow-in-the-dark model kits, the Marx monsters, and later Remco monsters would forever be connected to glow-in-the-dark, giving these horror icons a fun, gruesome glow. And during the 70s, it became more part of the story for the toy lines. For G.I. Joe's Adventure Team, you had an accessory set called the Radiation Detection Set. You could have your Joe in a radiation suit getting a simulated uranium rock out of a container, which is actually a pretty good use of the glow function. But also note they really had the pop simulated on the packaging to avoid any confusion. To be honest, this feature is best used as an extra feature for ghosts.
A ghost? Like what's exit?
Even when our favorite egg-tipping toys, the Weebles, wanted to release a haunted house on the market, they turned to glow-in-the-dark. A 3-story house where Weebles wobble and go bump in the night. Wonderful, scary fun. The Ghost Weeble would obviously glow in the dark. This actually looks like a pretty fun playset and reminds me of the Skull in the Haunted House board game. Usually one ghost figure was enough, as we've seen in many Lego and Playmobil sets, to really sell this toy, cause it glows in the dark. I still really love all those castles and pirates sets just because of the ghost. And talking about pirates, Matchbox Fighting Furies came out in 1974, an 8.5-inch pirate-themed action figure line, like Captain Pegleg or Captain Hook, that could easily be thrown in with your Mego figure collection. You could also get some accessories sets, but by the time they decided to bring in a new figure, the interest in the line had dropped. Too bad, because the ghost of Captain Kidd has got to be one of the most bone-chilling figures to come out of this Matchbox effort. At first sight, there's not a lot to the figure, it's only got one color. Sure, it will glow in the dark, but when you turn off the lights, not just the figure glows, but a skeletal figure pops out of the body. Why has this not been used more? In America, the ghost was a Sears mail order exclusive, but in the UK you could get him in his whole glory in a cool coffin themed package. But with the toys not selling well, they just decided to bury the line. The glow obviously made its way into more lines like Tomlin's Star Raiders, the second series, Micronauts. They were also experimenting with these new chemicals, and when the 80s hit, it was like the big action figure lines forgot about it. For Masters of the Universe, Trapjaw and Triclops got a free Warriors ring with a secret compartment, but where's our action figure that glows in the dark?
You metal-munching moron!
Come on, even the 5.5 knockoff skeletons called Nightmare Warriors already had glow in the dark in '84, and they look hella cool. I'm still looking for those. They're awesome. It'll actually take till 1987 for phosphor to be mixed in with the action figures of Masters of the Universe, like they had done before with the patchouli for Stinkor or the pine smell for Mossman. We got our glowing figure now, Scareglow, a ghost summoned by Skeletor. For most collectors, when you think of a glow-in-the-dark toy, this is what comes to mind. He's iconic and usually has a lot of glow-in-the-dark coverage. But he was also in one of the last waves for Masters of the Universe. So was it really an indication that the line was on its last legs? I think there's just a couple of examples where the last run of the line used glow as a selling point. Sure, it's easy to throw out one last repainted mold and add glow in.
Don't put any of those old cheap moves on me.
Then again, there's toy lines that had it from the start. Maybe they didn't survive a wave, and some of them had them early in the mix and then end with it. So is it really an indication that a toy line is gonna drop soon? I'm not sure. Leave it in the comments down below. It would, however, be the case for the Ghostbusters and their Ecto Glow line. Now kids can enter the ghost world with the real Ghostbusters Ecto Glow heroes. Just turn off the lights and watch them shine. Each figure comes with a hero backpack, mask, neutrino blaster, and unique companion ghost. Once again, these are the last ones in the line and super rare to find now. Ghostbusters was custom fit for this feature. They would even have their cereal with a glow-in-the-dark selling point. For boys, you always add a glow option. It can be used for anything from shoelaces to dominoes, racetracks, or just details in toys, from those creepy movable Boglin Eyes to complete glow-in-the-dark Boglins, or just the accessories that came with Black Star or the horrific Supernaturals toys. But you didn't always need a monster or a character with a sinister undertone. Even the likes of Barbie would go on to incorporate it into its releases. The Dream Glow collection had Barbie looking glamorous by day and glowing at night. And she would get her own competition by PJ Sparkles and her sparkling pets with glow action. And then you had Hasbro's Moon Dreamers, which had the substance mixed into their hair for a really cool glow-in-the-dark effect, and the clothing as well. In the end, I think all kids are either a little bit afraid of the dark or just looking for a toy to make the dark fun. I guess we're all just looking for a night-like character we can rely on. In nature, we actually have these fireflies or glowworms that could actually just naturally do this. Who didn't have a glowworm back in the day or watched Glow Friends as part of the My Little Pony and Friends cartoon? The big one that was released by Hasbro's Play School in 1982 had a light that worked on batteries, but the little sculpted characters all had awesome glowing features. Those were connected to the cartoon and came out in 1986. They were even so popular that they were a premium toy for the kids' meal at Wendy's. Obviously, you had to collect them all, from Glow Butterfly to Clutterbug, Granny Bug, Glow Spider, or Skunk Bug. And finally, you could get the Glow Turtle, whose shell would open to carry all the Glow Friends. And just as the 80s carried over into the 90s, we all opened up our shell to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who didn't really fully use the glow-in-the-dark function. Apart from when they paid homage to the Universal monsters, they obviously had to include some glow-in-the-dark in the paint details. Now with the early 90s toxic waste oozed Animorph Hero Team Boom, in full swing, you'd think glow-in-the-dark would be the perfect way to simulate that radiation glow. Well, we did see it often in the eco-warrior side of toy lines, like Toxic Crusaders, who had weapons, but also every single action figure came with a secret glow-in-the-dark weapon so radioactive, we've put it under the wraps. Pretty cool and enticing for the buyer because they wanted to know what was inside the little package. For Captain Planet, you had the radiation features of Duke Nukem brought to life by going full scare glow on this figure. And even adult-targeted toys still use glow-in-the-dark as a selling point for repaints. It doesn't cost too much and people will buy it. It's also cool to see customizers introducing it into their art toys. So I think the future is looking bright and glowy. In the next episode, we will shed some more light on some unproduced toy concepts, but for now, leave down in the comments below what your favorite glow-in-the-dark toys were back in the day. Please subscribe for more 80s and 90s toy videos, follow me on my socials, and leave a thumbs up. If you'd like to do more, you can always support the channel by joining the Patreon or buying a t-shirt in the Teespring link down below. I hope you're having an energized and awesome day, and I hope to see you glowing in the next video. See you later. Bye.